And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Foreign Comics Calling podcast, technically episode 11, because some idiot didn't save episode 10, right? But we're calling this episode 10. We got a very special guest joining us today. Let me just kind of go around and introduce folks. Let's introduce our guest. Yes, our esteemed guest first, Robert Fordham. How you doing, good sir? Nice to have you joining us.
Pretty good, everyone. How everybody doing out there in the world of comics?
Right on. Good. Yeah, hopefully everyone's staying safe. We got Mr. Ken Worthing, our esteemed friend from across the pond, kenworthing.com. Everything Captain America. I'm eager to see what finds you have to share with us.
No problem. Yeah, I think it's less of the esteemed, more of the steamed. I think because the UK portion of this podcast is sponsored by Banks' Amber Bitter.
Ooh, nice. How about venerable? You accept venerable? The
venerable works. That makes me think of Doctor Strange. So yeah,
right on. Cool. And since we're doing that, I am drinking in honor of our friend Randall out of a Wolverine glass, and of course you have to drink blood orange lemonade out of a Wolverine glass, don't you?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. And Stephen Fleas Bagley, how you doing, Fleas? Good sir.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Awesome.
Hanging in there, one day at a time.
Cool. And you are standing as usual, which
yes, I'm standing as usual.
You know,
yes.
I admire you for. And I don't know who this young whippersnapper is. Last time we had Gandalf. We had Old Man Logan last time. Now we got like John Byrne era Wolverine going.
What's up, guys?
Matt Roy, how you doing, sir?
Good. You'll have to bear with me, man. I went kind of on a tear last night. My wife, I drank my ass off last night, so I'm still reeking of alcohol, according to my wife.
It smells from here.
Looks more like you drank your beard off there, is what it is.
Yeah, no shit. It melted off.
Good man.
You drank your beard off.
Yeah, that's cool. What's your shirt, Matt? That's pretty cool.
Kaliman. He's a famous Mexican superhero. And what's really interesting about the Kaliman run is they cover swiped all kinds of stuff. Different, pick a book, X-Men, Spider-Man. The artist really borrowed from American comics and did a whole bunch of really cool, I guess you could call them homages. But he's a really popular superhero in Mexico. And I was given this shirt by the famous Cecilio Jacobo Glass.
Cool.
And
who is that? I don't know who that is.
Cecilio is he's one of the Mexican collectors. He helps us out a lot on the Global Comic Safari. He's a really just knowledgeable Mexican collector. He's also a surgeon, and his claim to fame is, get this is crazy. His wife is also a doctor, and when she was pregnant with their son, she ended up going into labor, and there wasn't anyone to do the emergency C-section. He did his own son's C-section.
That's badass.
That is badass. Like he basically told his wife, "Well, I guess I'm doing this. Let's do it." And pulled his own son out of her belly.
That is confidence.
Dang, wow. He's a cut above the rest.
I would say Cecilio's an awesome dude. I'm gonna have to tell him you need to watch this show because we talked about you C-sectioning your son. But yeah, so he sent me this shirt, and he's a really, really rad dude. Really cool guy.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, let me just throw this up before we went live. We were talking about obviously we're still in the quarantining pandemic, and Fleas works conventions a lot, so we were talking about whether conventions have resumed. Some stores in my area have reopened. Stores have reopened around me. What's it looking like around you guys in terms of reopening or conventions or whatnot? Yeah. Are your stores reopened?
Well, in Maryland, we're in phase 3 right now, but thus far, Ocean City is probably the hot spot here in Maryland. So movie theaters are just opening, which started yesterday, and it's pretty much stores can go up to 75% capacity. Churches are open, things of that nature. But even people are still kind of like, I'm not going yet because it's still kind of deaths aren't spiking, but it's still happening. So everybody's still taking. At least people are still caring about. I'm going to take my time to go out.
Yeah.
No rush.
Same way here.
Same.
Yep. You can go. I mean, I know that our local comic shop is open, but I haven't gone. I haven't taken my son to get comics and shit since earlier this year. I'm just not fully comfortable with being indoors. Yeah. You know, we're going to restaurants and doing that, but it's patio only. I think once you're indoors, I think that's where you run a majority of the risk. And so I don't see conventions happening. Honestly, I don't see conventions happening until late summer 21.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the big ones anyway, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, well, and they might have the damn convention, but what's the participation going to be? 20%?
Yeah.
Until
Yeah, it's crazy. There are some small shows going on. I know one of my buddies, Steve Leidick. I don't know if any of you guys know him. He does color work and everything, and he does art as well. He does a lot of shows. He's at a show this weekend, and he went to a show last weekend as well. So there are some smaller shows going on, but so far all the big boys have bowed out for the year pretty much, except for Baltimore, which is still up in the air right now. I'm surprised they haven't made an announcement yet. Apparently that might be coming soon, as Rob was telling us on the break. But beforehand, New York canceled, San Diego canceled, and all the big shows, Tampa Bay, Memphis, all these medium to bigger shows have all postponed till next year, canceled. Just waiting for the ball to drop on Baltimore one way or the other there.
Yeah. That's going to have that's going to have a big impact. You mentioned, Matt, about your stores are open. My local stores are open, but I'm certainly not going with the frequency that I would go with. So I bet you there's going to be a lot of closures. Like it's got to be tough for these stores to weather this storm,
Yeah. I mean, I guess if I had a pull list, you could even get like a curbside. You could call it in.
That's true.
You could pay for your books with a credit card and just be like, just put my books, I'll call when I'm outside in the parking lot. I guess there's something like that could happen, but I don't buy American books, man.
Good point.
This is it. What the hell am I going to do at a freaking comic book store? I'm not there for 90% of what's in there. I'm not interested. So, it's kind of my whole world exists online anyway. So it really hasn't affected my collecting or my purchase of books. I'd say the biggest affect of coronavirus on me is shipping. All the shipping nightmares is probably where it is.
Yeah.
That's where the biggest.
That's just a go into the next conversation. Let's talk about foreign. So that being said, I could say that even the selection of choices of our current government, post office is at a standstill pretty much. Like I'm still waiting on 3 books that's inside the U.S., which is kind of crazy. It made it to New York, but it's
they're sitting there in customs.
Yeah, but I'm like, all right, it's been almost 3 weeks. What's going on? So I mean, it's not like I'm the only one affected, but it's like, seriously, what's going on?
It already took a long fucking time for shit to get out of customs, and now it's taking doubling or tripling the amount of time.
Yeah.
So
So listen to this. Whenever you see it, who everybody is looking live, I'm pretty sure to tell you DHL, FedEx, and UPS are your friends. The 1 or 2 days is kind of worth the mental capacity of not being stressed out to get it done.
Yeah.
Right.
DHL still running decent. You got it in 3 days, not really hassling, or it's just.
But you know what though, Rob? That is weird though, is I've heard, at least from my experience in seeing stuff, DHL stuff's been getting opened by customs like crazy, and that scares me too.
The last three I didn't get a cut, so I'm kind of thinking like if it's a big shipment like we've been doing, like we do the little bundle where everybody, one person gets everybody's books and then we ship it out. When that happens, I see a lot of the books being open, but if it's going to one person, it's kind of like it just kind of remains intact and not really mangled a lot. So
yeah.
I'm
thankful.
Sorry, go ahead, Ken.
I'll just go quickly butt in just after Rob there. I'm very thankful when sellers do this. So that so that customs can see it and think, are we really going to cut into this package? No, move along. So,
wow.
Sellers,
that's interesting.
Something like that.
But you could think that could be that customs would go, oh, these guys have something to hide in there.
Yeah, possibly.
You could see it either way. Well, it's those. Remember those assholes that were shipping meth to Australia in comic books, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's like I've seen pictures of it. They took meth and they just sandwiched it into all these comic books, and so I don't know, man. That wasn't cool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, since Rob's our guest, and we've kind of told our stories multiple times. Let me ask Robert, like, how did you get into foreign collecting? What's your origin story, if you will?
Okay, so I'll start off with this. I'll say Matt said something in the previous podcast on Tales from the Flip Side. The 2 times he was on there, he says everybody has a foreign comic before they knew they were going to be a collector. My first one was the German Loot Crate Adam Hughes Harley Quinn, with the original art. You know, the black underwear lining was removed, but that's the original. So I bought that one thinking I like that one better than the US. So I think I'm gonna buy that. So it came up for $25. So my interest was already there. Just didn't know how deep I was gonna go. But
deep.
For everybody that knows me so far in this niche, it's kind of like I fell down that rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland. I'm still falling. I found some footing to hold the walls.
Were you trying to pull the walls? It seemed like you were just letting yourself fall, Robert.
Yeah, it was a free fall, but I mean, but I never lost. But I never did lose focus. But I just knew. I think for me, what it really sunk home was the Greek Black Panther #1. I was like, wow, that right there was kind of like that. I need that.
Yeah.
I remember when you were hunting that too. That you got that from Gabe, right? Did Gabe get that for you?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Gabriel Topolatis, man, legend, a Greek legend.
But early on, like most of us did early on, you just like, I want the one and not the run. So it was like he had 1 through 8, which we learned in this niche. You buy it when you see it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm picking myself because I was like, dang, now if I want to piece it together, I picked the harder road and went for the Australian Gaffa Black Panther run. So I'm still missing the #1. And the #4, Spiros just found a picture of the #4, which he said that was extremely hard to find. But then he added more salt to the wound and said that there's 2 more #1s. There's a magazine size and a digest.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, oh. So now the 4 books that I'm still looking for. So.
Those freaking Yaffas could be tough, man. I mean, you can stalk Australian eBay and they just won't show up.
Yeah, but as I said, this is.
Yeah. I want to ask about Yaffa. Let's put a pin in that for a second. So what's your focus of collecting, Robert? Like what, how you got into it, but like what are you focusing on now? Like what are you on the hunt for? What are your holy grail books, etc.?
Well, unlike my former brother from across the pond, Ken Worthing, Captain America's definitely the focus.
We have some great conversations, don't we, Rob?
Yeah, we're on multiple Captain America sites, so I am probably more in depth with Cap than anything else. But secondly, my passion for Black Panther, as you can see. Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Right on.
But with that, I kind of have had a real deep dive into Black Panther, finding some cool stuff. which I was hoping I would have it for this podcast, but I have Japanese Black Panther coming my way.
Nice.
By way of trade. That one thing about community that I love that kind of brought it back for me is the trading. You know, I might have something that not necessarily piqued my interest, but I bought because it was cool. And someone has something that I really want. And I'm like, hey, you know what? You want to trade? I got something you might want.
Right.
So,
do you still buy American books?
yeah, when it fits my sets or it fits the mold that I'm going for. I have a few moderns that I kind of chase, but you know, right now it's like you can always find that. That's that thing I learned that, you know, in foreigns, the Americans always, you can find it with the right amount of money or the time that needed to find one, you can find it. But I realized that the foreigns are even more harder to find, which I have a couple books here that is really I've been having my attention. It says like, you know what, that's one book that sets apart the other 3,000 books that's out there. So
Right.
I've always been that one. And I say I always track the rare stuff, but it's definitely a focus of it's something cool to talk about. You'll say like, wait, I know that cover, but what is that? Why is that different?
That's awesome.
Robert, can we say you also have a focus on big booties?
Yeah, that's the undercover, you know, one of those fetishes you have. You know,
That just goes without saying, right?
Yeah, when you get a hold of one, you know, you got to keep going. You know,
Let's see. I want to see a big booty, man. I want to see it.
I think I can.
Woo! Oh my God! Yeah, that right there, buddy.
Wow.
That is a good focus, my friend.
It's the only thing I can focus on, to be honest.
And that is very high grade.
Oh my God, for a La Prensa, yeah, dude, yeah, you slap that booty.
Grade.
For a La Prensa to come in a 9.4 is almost unheard of.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's just awesome. That
So you
right
slapped
there.
it and slapped it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he made sure she.
I want her to know. I want her to know who's doing it.
Yeah, she better know who's boss, man. You putting her in her place right there. Huh?
That's funny.
Wow.
I love it. And
Awesome.
yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool. Randall's got a German Avengers 87. He's getting graded. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Place that one. Yeah,
I gotta yell at my son. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Let's keep his mic unmuted in case it gets to be fun.
He's gonna get chewed up. You know he did.
I'm gonna mute him. You know, you mentioned Yaffa, right? Is there a rhyme or reason as to whether it's going to be digest or magazine size? Do we know? Do we know?
The conversations I've had with multiple collectors in Australia, it's what was the cut for that month that they dealt with it. A lot of the later ones, you kind of see it taper off into the digest, and then the last one would be the big issue.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like just like you said in the previous podcast on like number 3. It's hard to collect them and put them all together as a set. You kind of have to do it as size. So it's like you have a little over here and a little over there, but you know, when you put it all together, you just like, wait, what happened? Why is it tapering down and then go back up again? So
it's like, hey, I think I'm missing issue number 4. Oh no, it's down there. You know?
Yeah, you gotta really pull it out. Oh, okay.
So would there have been ones like I swear I have this one as a digest size, right? You? But yes. I think I also have this as a magazine size. I just wasn't able to
probably
dig it
from Newton, I think.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Without checking.
Okay. I'm assuming you have this one. Both you guys have this one.
Yeah, there's a variant of that one as well.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, there's one that's not the sleeper, whatever.
This one?
Strikes. No,
this
not that one. Not that.
You have this one? Oh, there we go.
I do. Yay! Nice little Rob.
That's one I need, Robert. You got there. And even the digest size, they vary in size. Like they're so. I'm going to use a British term. They're so dodgy in their consistency, right? Like it's so weird. But it's one of the fun things. I had Matt muted, sorry.
We talking about the Yaffas?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, why the variance in size, like if there's any consistency in size, right?
Yeah, this is weird. I don't know why they jumped around so much. What's up, Morton?
Yeah. And Randall and Jared. Cool. So are there any single issues that you know of that have both a magazine and a digest?
The Jungle Action #1. There's a magazine size and there's a regular comic book size, like a Silver Age size. I know the number 2, Norman Norman Scott Robinson. He has the second version of the number 2, which is the first Killmonger. And that one I have the magazine size, but he showed the Jungle one has a Jungle Beast title, and that one's a regular comic book size. So that's on my watch list now, which, like you said, this rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper every single time you open a link on Facebook, and you're just like, oh, seriously?
Right. Yeah, I have that same number 2 in the magazine size as well. So there's a digest size. So
yeah,
cool.
So add that to your search list or add it to the memory bank.
So now and you say Doc Scott has that?
He showed it on the page when he did the Black Panther one, and that's kind of where I got into that trade, where I saw the Japanese Black Panther that Eric Ignacio he had, because he has a lot of those Japanese and Filipino ones. So when he showed that, I was like, I'll trade you for that one. But I know Doc Scott don't really trade much. I did a trade with him earlier this year, but it was for something else, like a South Korean Captain America cover. So I have that one. It's somewhere over there. I forgot what I did with it.
South Korean? Really? I don't know if I've seen that.
It's not a Captain America title. It's like Infinity War. It's like a modern book, but it's South Korean. It has a South Korean right at the bottom.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I've got something coming my way from South Korea. I've got like an Ultimates.
Yeah.
So that has got Cap in it.
Yeah, it's him on the cover in all like a magenta color. So it's kind of like it's a badass cover.
I do, Pablo. I have some.
You do, yes.
I love the pre-Conans, especially the La Reina de la Costa Negra. That series by Homa was handled so fucking amazing. Just beautiful covers. I think there would be. I think this is because Spider-Man. Conan's Conan. There's just not as much, and let's be honest, the whole barbarian kind of genre. Game of Thrones has helped, the fantasy stuff, but I just don't think Conan's as popular as he once was. I think the whole barbarian thing I just don't think it's as hot. I don't think there's many people that dig it.
I'm surprised that hasn't been rebooted, right? Or another.
Well, it was. It had Jason Momoa in a film, didn't it? Wasn't there a modern Conan film?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware
of. Yeah, it had Jason Momoa or something. It was a few years ago.
There was one. There was one more recently. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't that well. I don't think it was that good.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't really all that great.
Right. Yeah, we need a reboot of Sheena. Remember that Sheena movie with Tanya Roberts? Remember that?
Yeah. Or Red Sonja, man. The Red Sonja movie from the 80s. I love that fucking film, man. I watched it over and over and over again.
Yeah, good stuff. Matt, you had a new piece on CBSI. What's their new article? The Batman one. What's that about?
Oh, that's John Dio is a Filipino creator. So he's an artist. And that Filipino Batman bootleg that I found, that was found by Glenn Martyr, a good Filipino contact of ours. I went researching it and I didn't find nothing. But somehow I found June Dio through Facebook, and we connected, and I wrote about it, and I had tagged him in the article that I wrote, and he just loved it. And he had actually forgotten, he had kind of left that in the past, and so I if you watch his video, he talks about how he has kind of he just has a lot of pride in being able to handle Batman, and I thought it was great. I mean, I love the art. I couldn't read it, of course, because I can't read Tagalog, but I think bootlegs have a place in the collecting world.
I agree.
And bootlegs for me, we were talking about focus. I really love bootlegs, man. I just think they speak to, just how our pop culture was taken and altered in really cool ways. This is a Tech 400 swipe. This is Captain Mar by an artist by the name in Indonesia by the name of Mar. And this book is crazy. This book has Iceman, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, or in this version, they're copying Darna. They're taking Darna from the Philippines. And they're fighting these lizard people. And I mean, it's just, it's the craziest stuff. This one is a complete redraw of that FF story, the Ultron story. There's a wedding in it. I forget. I think it's FF. I forget. But just how they went and just completely redrew the art. Bootlegs are awesome. And they're a wonderful little section of the niche that, I love them.
Yeah, they have. I have one. Robert's got one too there. So this, it always is funny because it looks like it's totally hand lettered by like a middle schooler, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like the art is like this interesting painting style, but there's like always this interesting hand lettering.
That's cool.
And like you say, there's always those weird combinations. Like the Fantastic Four title was Superman on the cover.
Yeah,
or there's someone recently shared the Fantastic Four fighting Superman, and like Reed's got his arms wrapped around Superman. It was it's the craziest thing.
I just love it. It's just so funky and wrong, but yet right.
Right. What's that?
What do
one
you got there,
Robert?
This is called Super Juniors. This is an Indonesian copy as well, as you can see right there. And as you can see, this is a huge comic. But then, when you talk about just going through the deep dive of Indonesian bootlegs, and then, here you go, Avengers. It's extremely small.
That's a cool one. I really like that one.
That's cool.
But on the inside of this, which I think is even more weird, is that some of the kids are dealing with bondage inside too. It's kind of like when you open it, it's like, what? Like, I have to open it because that's how
crazy.
Weird it is.
Bondage.
So where can I get that again from, Rob?
You're
I need this in my life.
You're so nasty, Ken.
I know.
Like, it's even more. I thought it was weird. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, the Indonesia stuff, man, they just did whatever the hell they wanted.
Like, they have a Willy Wonka moment in here.
Jeez.
As you can see, his staples is kind of weak.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Like the Flash is fat.
Weird. He's a little fat boy.
That's cool.
Different, but
What year was that Avengers one that you had, Robert, that you showed with the Vision on the cover? It looks like mid-70s or something.
I think it's 1981, I think.
I was going to say 80s, maybe early 80s. That would
yeah.
And I got this from an artist in Indonesia, and inside of this it says...
Is that its own story, or is that reprinting anything that we know of?
I cannot recall, but I know it's when Vision first comes on the scene because I recognize the splash page.
Oh, that's
yeah.
That's Avengers 57.
Yeah,
that's the Avengers 57 splash, dude.
If I'm not mistaken, that's all redrawn art as well, copied very closely. I think it might be, yeah.
Yeah, because
That's cool.
he goes on a tear through the Avengers in the mansion, Avengers mansion.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a cool one. Funky little size too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right,
Rob, stop reading it. You're on air.
I know. Like, you get caught in like.
Huh. Yeah,
That's
they
awesome.
those bootlegs often don't come with any kind of indicia, so it's hard to tell when they were printed.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of guessing. I guess it's printed like in the '80s, judging by the feel of it. But I bought this one because I was like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. Christmas
Yeah,
themes,
you see bootlegs pretty much all around in all the different countries and everything to some degree or another. But Matt, would you say that Indonesia is probably one of the most prevalent bootlegging countries out there? That's my impression.
One of the most prevalent. There's a couple there. I think Hong Kong. So the Chinese bootlegs. I think Indonesia and China, as if you're just going to simply talk about scale and the amount of bootleg material, definitely are they would be at the top kind of the mountain. And then as you get further down along, there was a lot of bootlegs done in Eastern Europe, right when the wall fell and the USSR kind of disillusioned or dissipated. You start to see some bootlegs out of some of those Eastern European countries. The Philippines has a very kind of old school kind of bootlegging history as well. But I would say you're right. Indonesia and China, they're going to exist at the top as far as just the scale of the amount of material. I think whole books could be written about the bootleg industry in Indonesia. It's so, just go talk to Joey Anuff for a few minutes, and he's heavily involved in there. We've interviewed him and talked to him about there, and there's just so much to chew on in Indonesia, man. It's just crazy. You could almost be focused on Indonesia by itself and still, have books coming out for days and days and days that you had never seen. It's nuts.
You want to do a plug for the Facebook page because Doc Scott started one, and that's growing every day. Like always, somebody jumping in. So if you really want to get into this stuff, there is a Facebook page for it as well.
Yep, Indonesia.
If you really want to dig in, like me being a Captain America guy, they changed Captain America twice. It goes from the A on his head to a B, and then he gets a diamond on his head like Vision. So it's kind of like 3 iterations of Captain America.
Very cool page.
It's Indonesian comics.
Yes.
Just search Indonesian comics. Cool. Yeah, we should invite Joey on for an episode, Matt. Talk about that.
Sure.
That'd be cool.
For sure.
Cool.
He's probably, him and Doc Scott are probably the two experts on the Indonesian bootleg market.
Right
for
on.
sure.
Yeah.
They could talk for hours about it.
So who else has something to show us? I got little piles over here next to me. Let's mix it up a little bit. Ken, what do you got?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
I got a few little things. As you know, I've got that because I'm trying to major on Alan Glass still. So I'll show you what I've got and then what I recently acquired. So I am having to mix it up a little bit. I got that one. And that one.
Wow.
And
those are nice looking too.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I think the Mylar helps.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And that one.
Wow.
But Rob, I got this in the last week.
Ooh, first scrolls.
So that means there's only one more I need to get, Rob.
And I have it.
And you have it. And we're working something out.
Which one is that?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Creepy World 36, the first Doctor Doom and Allen class.
Where Doom's looking out through the massive porthole mirror thing. So, yeah. But we're still on that. We're doing it. So,
it's funny. Happen. Like, for real, like, I'm going to say this half as a joke, but then half not. We all should get our wills in order, right? So, like, Robert and I are both looking for that same book that we said Doc Scott has, right? So I'm like, oh, I got to get in his will. And you're like, oh, I got to get in his will. Like, there's one copy. Like, you want to make sure that, should something happen to any of us, that those books don't just, like, go in the trash or go on, in a flea market or yard sale or whatever, right? That they get to the one person that would love it. You know,
that brings me to an interesting idea that I had, Eric.
Ah.
And the idea was that, you know, we all have these kind of massive foreign collections that, you know, if leaving your loved ones with American books was hard,
foreign's
leaving them with foreign's, they're not going to know what the hell to do. So I had thought it'd be an interesting thing in the community if something ever did happen, that there would be like, you know, I thought about this too. Like, what if I get hit by a bus? I would, you know, I would hope that some of my friends within the community, you know, I have a life insurance policy. So I've told my wife this. I said, listen, if I die, take some of that money from the life insurance, pay to have some of my friends fly out here and figure out what to do with my collection, whether you're going to sell it, whether you're going to, you know, package it up. You know, I've got a young son. My son's 10 years old. So I could see him wanting some of this stuff maybe when he gets older. But like I said, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, my wife's not going to know what to do with this stuff.
No.
So you know, it would be interesting if we had this kind of ongoing conversation where we said, hey, if anyone gets, you know, tragically dies within the community, whoever lives somewhat near them should go and help their loved ones deal with their collection in some way or form.
And use it for a charity or something, or proceeds go to your family or whatever.
Yeah, whatever's going to happen, because
hold a community auction. Like
hold a community auction.
At least it's still within the network versus shipping out.
Or you know, you could even, you know, people would be able to come and go, okay, so maybe, you know, I've got a sizable American collection too. Maybe we'd figure out which books to save for my son and which ones get sold, and you know, because I would rather oh shit. Yeah, you know, like I would rather my books, my foreigns, stay within the community, and so it's something to think about. Luckily, we haven't been hit with tragedy. No one that I know of has suffered a death. But you know, think about it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and their loved ones are going to be stuck with not only comic books that would have been hard if they were American, but they're not going to know what the hell to do with foreign's, man. Jared, there isn't that we know of, but there is.
Interesting.
PBA is getting ready to. They want to hold a international horror auction. Let me grab something real quick.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, but I realize that there's somebody at Heritage that knows a little bit about foreign's too.
I was going to mention Heritage myself. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Nico talked to one of the greatest at Heritage, and somebody mentioned it, and he says like we do a little bit of international stuff too, like with the prices of some of the, you know, Los Fantasticos and some of the other non-canon Spideys. Those prices kind of like hit the radar, so it's kind of like everybody's looking like Comic Link and stuff like that.
Yeah, if any of the big auction houses are going to have someone on hand for that, I would think it would be Heritage.
Yeah.
To at least some degree.
HA.com.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Matt's suggestion about having, you know, in case of emergency, contact these people, and having something of a revolving committee, right? Like, you know, not as nefarious as the wolf from Pulp Fiction, but something like that. Someone you pick up the phone and call, and they come clean it up. Let me put you on the
onto the big screen.
So this is PBA Galleries. Their guy Ivan Briggs over there is an amazing dude. But look at that. Look at that. Coming soon from PBA International Comics.
Oh, wow!
Nice.
And so look at those horrors.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want that book. That one right there.
So, you know, not right now, but it's going to happen. You know, as foreign's become, more people get in, more new blood is getting into this thing every day.
Yeah.
So as it builds, and as you're going to see more of that stuff.
Our group membership, you know, is ridiculously getting more and more. You know, notice that. Crazy. Excellent.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And Paulo is correct. In fact, there was I forget which college, somewhere in the Midwest, but they have a huge collection of Indian comics, and they're one of their experts over there actually travels to India and buys them for the college. I actually emailed her and talked to her a little bit, and she was really excited about FCC. She thought it was pretty cool. You're going to definitely see more of that. I think.
That's cool. So what's the one that you need, Ken, of your Alan Class books?
It's the one that Rob's got.
Dude, you are in a position of strength, Robert. Very few people
Define
can say.
999. Shut you out, dirty mouth.
I know very few people have Ken Worthing over on something, but you apparently you do, brother.
We've discussed this, haven't we, Rob?
Yeah, we've had a conversation.
It's all sorted, mate. It's all sorted.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did have a couple of other
Agreed,
things to show.
Yeah, please. Ken.
Further to that little bit of paper I showed you, that thing, which I felt was really handy.
Yeah, that was smart.
I got these. I'll show you them edge on first of all because
Oh my gosh.
they came out of binds. So the uninitiated, like myself, would turn up their nose at first because no cap on the front, forget it.
Wow.
But in every single one of these issues, cap's inside. There are
yeah,
golden age cap stories. Yeah.
Those Guris have amazing covers, Ken. I love them.
They do.
Well, his name is on the cover.
Check out the back cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Nice.
Guris are great.
That one didn't have his name on the cover, Ken.
Exactly. So I would have gone, forget it. I have no interest. But then, hang on, there's Captain America stories inside. Sorry, you say what? So yeah, that's.
Oh, that's a cool one,
isn't it?
I like that, Nyoka.
Yeah.
So I'll try and rush through these quickly because I've got quite a few actually.
How about
Along Cassie, I would just generally turn my nose up at that, but no.
It's Jerry's, man. You always pick them up when you can get them for a nice price.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, there he is.
That's awesome.
I've got an idea with these. I'll tell you about very shortly as I quickly run through them.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Isn't that a lovely Atom Age cover?
Oh, sci-fi cover.
Yeah.
It's good. The simple fact they came out of a bind, those covers are still actually clean and presentable. So that's another reason why you wouldn't turn your nose up at it.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, those are some really cool sci-fi. I like those sci-fi ones.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Trying to rush through. Bit of Flash Gordon there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And there's a cap story in each of these?
Every single one of them.
Wow.
Every single one.
Oh.
Good old hop along.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Like Cap deserved the cover more than Hopalong Cassidy. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hop along who?
Right.
Sorry, you Cowboy fans. Sorry.
There's not very
Hop
many.
along, Captain America.
No. This is the one at the batch, and Rob's got this one actually, I think.
Yes, I do.
There we go.
Look at those shorts.
Look at that.
The Chevy Chase shorts. I love
He's
it.
got Aquaman shorts going on there.
The John Stocktons.
Quick Commando Yankee.
Huh.
Different.
Yeah.
That's trippy.
Psychedelic.
That's some neat stuff.
Simba.
Simba.
But Cap's inside, you know.
But it's like 4 pages of Cap on the inside. That's the part I thought was crazy.
Yeah.
Like you go through so many of those books and you're like, all right, where's Cap at? You get to the middle and you're like,
that's a cool one. I love that one.
That's cool. I like that.
K.O. Kirby.
That's like that.
Cool.
That's like that Spider-Man cover with Spider-Man and Punisher on it.
Yeah, the 201.
Yep.
I've got a really nice looking non-Cap cover, which I'm going to. Well, I'll continue to take. And it's this one. You guys are going to love this, I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, neat.
Isn't that?
That is cool.
That's awesome.
Monster.
Damn, dude, you got a grip.
And I have some more on the way too. Right, that's.
I think
what I'm
you've
gonna
got
do
a
with
problem, Ken.
it. I have a problem.
You think?
Although these are really nice, I've got a project coming up which is going to take me 3 to 5 years to do. Because as most collectors know, when stuff comes into my hands, it very rarely leaves them. But I'm going to get most of these books leaf cast, which means almost like growing paper in a petri dish. And it's not like adding an odd bit of paper to the book because they stand out. With leaf casting, the paper looks identical, and it completes the book, and it makes it look beautiful. I've got some examples. I just can't show them right now.
Is
But,
that considered? That's considered a restoration? No, would it be?
Yes.
Leaf casting, though.
Professional restoration.
That's the ticket, not amateur restoration. Yeah,
Conserve.
That's
conservation. Yeah.
This
Go to
was,
Ken Worthing's YouTube page. He definitely has a little video on that. I watched that. And it's like,
thanks, Rob.
Yeah, see the plug? See the plug? See that?
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
A few nice
So
comments.
that's my little lot.
That's amazing, and you got that all from one seller.
Yeah.
Obviously. Did anyone ever get something bound and try to unbound it? Has anyone ever done that?
No.
Well, I got a book with some Navarros, but the binding was so old that the glue had worn off, so they just came apart.
Okay.
But there was no spine left. See, it depends. It depends. There's really worse binds where they cut it on all four sides and then bind it, and then there's the ones where they mix the books up and they leave the spines and just cut it on the ends. If you can, you want the kind that leave the spine intact.
Right.
Those ones can be pulled out and relatively saved. But
does that anyone want to speak to Jared's question here about does that go to restoration?
CGC would look at it as resto.
Yeah, it'll be trimmed
itself. And CBCS, they'll say that it was, a bound edition. They'll kind of give you a little tab at the end of it.
Right.
But it's not over the point where you'll get like a green label or a yellow label. They'll just
they won't label it as restored.
They'll just say from a
because
bind.
of it being done to what it was done to, it will highly affect the grade, obviously.
Right on. Paolo is admiring your collection, Ken, of Gurries.
Thank you, Paolo.
Awesome.
I don't know. There could be somebody watching this, or somebody's not watching this, and they might have a hell of a lot more than me. Don't know until they make themselves known. But until then, I'm going to think I could.
Even and that's going wild. We still have a focus. It's all cap. Just don't get it twisted. It's all cap.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what do we got there?
Love it.
This is
that's
the
nice.
cap 111 with the newspaper bust out.
E-ball.
Yeah.
Gotta love your e-ball.
Yep. And then I went a step further and said, why not get a little Steranko in there?
Ooh, beautiful.
Ooh, now that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I was hoping to go to Baltimore Comic Con and get him to sign this. I was gonna, crack it out, meet up with Bagley, get that handed.
Yep. I've met Jim a number of times. Cool guy.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those things. I was like, this is a pretty cool cover. It's psychedelic still.
Yeah, that's neat.
And I'm gonna run through mine. My Brazilian haul. A little modern for some of those guys out there looking for moderns.
Nice.
This is the first appearance of America Chavez in Brazil. As you can see, you should say vengeance across the top. But
That's
kind
cool.
of
I like the playing cards on that too.
Yeah, and then it's
I love playing cards on covers. Wow, that's thick.
Thick edition, 1 through 4. Then you have a little Miles Morales love.
Yeah.
This is the what is this one? This is the French one. And
nice.
going right back to Brazil. This was a controversial cover because Miles is being handcuffed. Black Lives Matter, of course. And then I stayed in Brazil, got me some more. First appearance of Miles again.
Yep.
Nice.
And then
awesome.
On eBay, sometimes when you surf on eBay, you see something for cheap, you just can't pass it up. $5. I got one of these.
Oh yeah,
nice.
U.S. agent.
Yeah, it took a month to get to me, but when you see $3 shipping, it's going to be a crapshoot.
Oh, who's that? You got to. Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Hola.
Hey.
oh no, it's cool.
Live
And,
video bomb.
Got
Oh
the,
yeah,
Oh,
the
there's another
original,
one for Steranko.
the original
Yeah.
Steranko Hulk face, baby.
With the original face, yeah.
See, I had a whole
Not the
plan. I
Maurice
had a whole plan
Severin
for both of
edited
them.
one.
And then, I grabbed this one because I was like, I had the US, the first edition, so I was like, why not?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. Where's that one from?
This one's from Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get
Denmark.
that one from Nadim?
Yes. And I have another
Nice.
one coming. I have some more coming from Nadim. I got some more coming from Nadim, but I bought it from Dave Tack. They both kind of live close to each other, so they're just doing like a combined shipping. I have some stuff coming from him too, so it's
That's the way to do it. Combine that shipping,
Yeah.
man.
That's
save
cool.
save money in the long run.
Yep.
That's awesome. Cool.
Hey, Rob.
Thanks for sharing that stuff.
Rob, nice little hand wave there.
Yeah.
Talking on the subject of BLM, I had that done.
Yes,
That's
I love that.
Yeah, nice one.
It's like a
little
trading card.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's original art.
That's nice.
Nice.
Who's the artist?
Chap called Daniel White. Just a
Cool.
regular guy. Not in the industry,
a-
but I like his art such a lot.
That's
He
cool.
said, donate to BLM and I will do you this for free and ship it to you for free. Not a
Cool.
problem once I was on that.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
but I actually got into a deep dive of outside of foreigns. I started getting international artists to start drawing stuff too. I have a few of those like over there. I didn't grab them, but dealing with the whole commission thing and not COVID happening, I found a
Yeah.
whole new world of online commissions.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it's kind of like the my infatuations for but Maximus,
It's another hook to drag you in.
Gluteus Maximus.
Oh
Deep
yeah.
dive into
Hey,
that. I got a bunch of those.
Kyle Willis did some amazing stuff for you, huh, Rob?
Yeah, that's what I said. I
Speaking
have them over there.
of important booties, he drew a Gwen swipe for Rob that I just love. It was a swipe on a blank, 3 of them.
3.
Yeah,
Well-
really super cool.
Nice.
Yeah. If you
Well,
get
I
a
got-
moment, I'll go grab them. Hold on. It's right.
Yeah, definitely show those.
Yeah, I got a pile here of other stuff too. Matt, Fleas, you got some stuff you want to show too?
Well, I have. Speaking of the Brazilian kick,
Awesome.
but what's interesting about this one is this one was found here in the States.
Hmm.
You know
That's cool.
Nico from Tales from the Flip Side? So he was in a comic shop and he found a box of foreigns. So he called me and he's like, dude, I found a box of foreigns. Do you need anything? And we kind of went through it. And this was found here in the States.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool. And
That's
it's,
that's the Doctor Strange image from Doctor Strange #1, obviously.
number 1, yes. But they totally altered it. Abril just did not care.
No,
They
they
took
didn't.
the art and they did whatever the hell they wanted to do.
Yes,
man.
they did.
And but I built that set, the Doctor Strange 1 set. I love
Yeah, I
the
got a
cover.
few myself.
I love that cover. It's just
Me
awesome.
too.
Is it Frank Brunner? Frank
Brunner.
Frank
Yep,
Brunner
yeah.
work. I
Brunner.
love his stuff, man.
It's like almost kind of psychedelic-y. I don't know. I got, even though this one removed a lot of the background. It's still, there's the snakes aren't there, and it's still cool. And the fact that it's got a Black Panther on the cover just makes it cooler.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I was stoked with that. But that's all I have. I've actually slowed my buying down a little bit. I'm saving money for some stuff. Oh, look at it. There it is right there. She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I love it.
Cool.
It's so cool. Oh, he's muted, Eric.
Wow.
I got it. This is one I got commissioned by Stephanie Roux. She's a French artist.
Yep. Stefan Rue, yeah.
Got my international dives, and he kind of did it. He said, "I'm gonna do my own version," and had Spider-Man kind of
Whistling. I love
with the
that.
whistle.
That's cool.
This one is done by Gary Gastrami out of Jakarta, Indonesia. He gave me
that's
the
cool.
I
background,
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then on top of that, my little
Ooh.
Nice. Nice.
Wow.
you know,
That is freaking cool.
Really
I watched.
cool.
He did a live video of this one, so that's kind of
And Is that the same artist as the She-Hulk one?
no, that's somebody different. This is Kyle Willis here.
Kyle Willis.
Kyle Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. I love that one.
Wow.
He took out J. Jonah Jameson and him
Yeah, who
wrestling in
needs
the
JJ?
background. Yeah,
Who needs JJ when you got that?
Yeah.
you know, to keep the trio going, I had that done. I didn't show this one, but this is the first time I've showed it on video.
That's
Venomized
pretty cool.
Storm, the Raised
That is
Fist.
neat.
That's wild.
Very cool.
I like that.
And then for my same brother, I had this done a while back, but I love showing this one.
Oh wow.
This one, to show this one. This is a commission I had done by Carlos Caballero. He lives in Florida, down there with
Yep.
you, Steve. But this is not the kicker. You ready, Ken? You ready?
Go for it.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
That is incredible.
That is
Wow.
fantastic.
And it's I have a clear backing board, so you can kind of see it on both sides.
Yeah. Very,
You
very
can
nice,
still-
Rob.
Yeah, Carlos
That
is
is
great.
cool.
Carlos does a lot of cards, sketch cards for the different Marvel sets and tops Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah, he's a kindred spirit, Ken. He's a big Cat fan as well. He did these two. He did these two behind me as well.
God, cool. I can just about see the bottom half, Rob.
Wow. There's
Yeah,
a comment
yeah,
here
yeah.
about the Brill. Matt, I don't know if you're reading
Nice.
Yeah, I see it.
that. Right on.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So a lot of artists out there, they kind of there's a lot of artists internationally that does commissions to the U.S. as well. So anybody looking to get into that, that's a different niche. Just because I picked it up. There you go. Disney World 36.
Oh,
Right, take Rob off your Christmas card list. Yeah, you're holding my baby then, huh?
yeah, man, you're negotiating from a position of strength, my friend.
Put us all in love. It's not even
Indeed.
down. We already have a deal. Just getting it done.
We have a deal.
It's just getting it done. Speaking of that, Eric, I think one of these days we should also try to get Paolo on the show because he's very
Absolutely.
knowledgeable
Yeah,
about stuff.
absolutely. Yeah. The commission game, in case you're not spending enough money on just
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of international commissions, there was I can't remember his name now. I'm drawing a blank, but anyway, he was a big Moon Knight fan, right? So the first appearance of Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night,
32.
it's the class 32. It's a classic cover. So Lopez Espy did it different. So the Vertice Mundi first appearance of Moon Knight is different, right?
He's running away. He's running away.
Yeah, it's
running away
totally
from
different. Damn, I wanted to say it was Jared. No, but he lives in Portland. But anyway, he contacted Lopez Espy, and Lopez Espy did that cover for him in a commission and mailed it to him. So I know a lot of people either love or hate the Spanish Vertice covers, but Lopez Espy is still alive and still doing commissions. So I love the Vertice stuff.
No, me too.
And he's still alive. He's still doing commissions, guys. Robert, that would be a great guy to get to do a commission. I don't know what his pricing is. I don't know what he charges, but he is a talented dude, and he's famous in Spain. And I just love his work. He's great.
Yeah.
Is this
The
him?
fact that
Are these
Yeah.
his? Do we know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of those are. Yeah. Most of them are.
The thing I love about those is that he pretty much just said, you know what, I know the art. I'm going to use the same layout, but I'm going to draw it from my perspective.
way.
Like, that's
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
It's like if
Exactly.
you want, it's like this as an artist myself. You know, any other artist could say that if they say if you want to swipe something, you make it your own to do your
Yep.
own thing,
And
but you
he did
still
that.
keep the integrity of the piece. So that's
Yep.
kind of like that's always a focus. Like you can swipe it, just make it your own. Don't copy exactly what I did.
Yeah. And he did.
Yeah.
I mean, Lopez Espy's the man.
Yeah, it's cool because you'll get people who aren't necessarily in the foreign market, but you'll show them one of these books with his art on the cover. And the first thing that person might say was, that reminds me of the cover of such and such. They're like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just his interpretation of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's just like when he did when Kyle Willis did this, if you notice, he left the circle's still there.
Yeah.
Right.
This is like it draws a focus somewhere else. So it's like it's always that doesn't capture that moment for me.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a cool one. That's a really
That's
cool
neat.
one.
Do you collect these, Ken? Do you have? I didn't ever.
I
notice.
do. I've got a few.
Okay.
Yeah. They're great. Love them.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Avengers 57 is classic. Look what Eric. You know what's funny though about that one? Oh yeah, that's a good one too. If you notice, he drew Vision's crotch. Vision's packing his feet. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, he just
Only you.
No, but I'm just saying he just did it right. He said, you know what? I'm gonna draw Vision with some bolas, man, some balls.
Love this one. This is
The
all the same artist. This is all the same artists.
Well, there were some different. Lopez Espy had 2 or 3 other guys also doing stuff, but I think for the majority of those are Lopez Espy.
Right.
The only way to tell, I'd have to go online and check, but I'm pretty sure most of them, like 80% of them, are Lopez Espy.
Yeah, I love these, and I don't care too much about condition. I just love having them. And I love having them. Like
You gotta have them.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of those books didn't survive too hot in Spain for whatever reason. They're older, you know. Those versions are from the 60s.
There's the first. I want to say it's the Mundy size one. It's the first Nightshade for that cap cover where she's in the foreground. It's a white background and she's kind of holding a gun. It's different than the U.S. first Nightshade, but I think it's that same book. I have that one too somewhere floating around.
Yeah, the movie.
But the other version of that one, Eric, is the Nightshade in the French Canadian. He has her in a total different outfit, and she's wearing like a green bikini. And I was like, that was cool. It drew my eye to that one. I was like, that's a cool cover to have because he just completely took away like they're running down the hallway in a werewolf cap. You just have her in a green bikini, front and center on the front.
There's also a Greek one of that. I have that one, and I have the Canadian one too. You have the Greek one?
I do not.
I'm putting you in my will.
Yeah.
Cool. It's trimmed. My copy is trimmed. I think it's like cut, so like some of the edges are gone. But yeah, but
it's probably getting ready to be bound, probably.
Yeah, but I'm all right. I'm all right with it, just because I have it. Joey's asking a question. Anybody ever commissioned restorations?
Not that I know of.
No.
Not that I've ever done. No.
If you want to bring it back to life, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it personally.
Yeah, I've seen some of his. It's nice. He hasn't gotten back to me yet.
Frank Uzen. How do you reach out to these people, Robert? Do you say, "Hey, would you be willing to draw like a giant ass for me?" Is that how you?
I pretty much go to the artists that focus on stuff like that.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. But seriously though, yes, I have. Like, I reached out to Frank Cho, which is he lives in Maryland. I reached out to him. He hasn't responded back yet to see if he could get a handle on the homage as well, because he's known for doing his own covers.
Yeah,
I have a 6-year-old's ears in my foresight right here.
Understood. Well, what else do we got on the show? Fleas, what do you got to show?
I only have a couple of things. Of course, I'm more onto the graded side of things, obviously. I haven't really been picking up all that much on the on the market right now. I just have been so busy with other things, and I just haven't done a whole lot. But I have sent in a few things, and two of the more recent ones I got back are Norwegian Theater Copy number 9.
Yeah,
It's a
nice.
nice copy.
Which is Man Wolf, of course. First Man Wolf is in this.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
That one and this one, which really surprised me. The grade really surprised me on this one. I did not expect it to do that well on the grade. There's an
Whoa.
La Ambran. I can't talk today. You know what I mean. Hombre Aranya.
Es sabroso,
279.
hombre rana.
Yeah.
And that paper
my
is
tongue's all
really-
twisted up here right now.
Yeah.
This got a 9.0, as you see there.
Yeah.
But it actually surprised me because when I sent it in, I didn't think it was going to do better than maybe an 8 or 7.5 or 8 at best. And it got a 9, which just surprised me. It does have some writing right in here.
But the paper quality on those is so bad that you would
This is
think-
newspaper type.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thin as
it's
hell.
very flimsy.
Cover to cover, everything is pretty much newspaper type quality. So finding these in shape like this is just really, really tough. It really
Very
is tough.
hard.
And getting in the 9s on any of those Hombre Aranyas is just really hard. Those are the only 2 I had.
Right on.
Yeah, my 301 is so crappy.
And these are, by the way, in the new CBCS cases.
Oh, right.
Nice.
I like
don't know
them.
if, any of you guys have gotten anything done in the
I've got
brand new
one.
cases they're using.
Yeah, they're nice.
Cool.
I like them.
That's cool. Well, do you guys mind if I show some stuff? If I take the
Yeah,
stage
sure.
and
Do
show some
it.
stuff?
Go for it.
I always bring too much stuff, so I got like piles of stuff here. So I'm gonna go quickly. This is just
You're
a
sick,
cover.
Eric. You're sick.
This is just a cover I love, right? And I just like I mentioned. You ever just stumble into collecting a set, right? So this is just a cover that I love, right? It's just a fun cover, and then I just find myself picking up every copy of it that I can find, right? So here's the
That's the way.
original German one, and there's
Mhm.
there's obviously some variations, right? Here's the Fantasticos, right?
Nice.
Yep, the Prinza.
Ooh, studio drawing HNG.
You got the file copy.
Here's the
wow.
Canadian one with the weird Smurf-looking lettering at the top.
Yeah, that is Smurf lettering. Yeah.
Here's the Williams German, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And there we go, closing it out. There's like
Nice.
a Gigante one that I need to get, but yeah, I just kind of stumbled into that, and then you just keep buying them as you go. I got this one recently, which I'm sure you guys have seen from China.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Chinese bootlegs.
My first Chinese book, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool
If
one.
anyone hasn't seen, it's like one image per page, right? One panel per page with text. It's like an interesting format. Kind of a digest size. I've been buying these. I don't know anybody else like these French digest books, right? So there's sort of various thicknesses of it. I don't know what that title is, but there's a bunch of like kind of mid-70s characters that they would run in these, right?
There's some keys in those.
I've been getting the Black Panthers, and this is one of my favorite covers ever. And you'll see.
Was that the Unexpected? Is that what that is?
Yes. So there are variations of them, right? So this is the same cover, right? But they're 2 different publications, right? So one is a bigger compendium than the smaller one.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's interesting.
Tasty.
right? Yeah. So 2 different versions of the same, right?
Ardette pocketbooks.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of Black Panther ones. I don't think I saw any Luke Cage ones. There's another BP one. But there's also
a Power Man #1.
Like there we go. We got this, right?
Ah.
So there's some Nick Fury ones in there.
That's what you show.
So
There's
So I
a
got
Tomb
those.
of Dracula one in that.
that's right. That's right.
Group.
I've also been I've been buying Mac. I love Mac books, right? So I get these.
Yeah.
I just love these. Something about them.
I love Max.
Yeah.
Those
So-
are also
They are
extraordinarily
cool.
tough to find in good shape.
Yep.
Good old,
And
good old
thin
Luke
paper.
Yeah.
Cage, right? I'm not sure if this is. I hadn't checked into this if it's a non-canon or not. Do you guys know?
I'm not sure.
Number 19.
It's not.
It's
But
not.
that's a look. Well, no, I'm thinking about the Black Panther run. I'm like the Black Panther run is like it skips around, but
Right.
I think
Yeah.
that's
I'm not sure.
I'm,
Well,
I'm
that's
thinking
him.
the orange.
that.
The
It
orange
is him
costumes
there,
would
and
be-
they got the orange costumes, which is wild,
Yeah.
right? Like clearly they're in Wakanda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, one of my favorite covers ever. Love this one.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Another Luke King kind of beat up, but happy to
Gotta
have
have
it.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mag divisions are becoming hard.
Yeah, they are hard to find.
They are very much.
What else do I got?
One more that 9.6 ASM 129 is looking
Oh, yeah,
even
that-
more.
That was
More
crazy.
Oh yeah. What did that sell for, Rob? I forget. It was past $2,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, like 2,200 something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
That was a beautiful book. And I remember at one point in time, Doug
You won't
Salupa
find
was
another
selling
one of
that
those.
book for $300 on
Crazy.
eBay.
So here's the U.S. obviously, right? I like to collect kind of the offbeat, kind of minor key type of ones, right? So here's the Pence copy of that, right?
Nice.
And then here's the Monday copy of that.
Oh,
I love Mondays.
Don't see that every day, right?
now
That's
I gotta
cool.
find one. Darn you, Eric.
Uh-oh.
And here's the U.S. Here's the 30-cent variant, and then
Oh,
here's
cool.
the Pence copy, and I have a Monday copy of this one coming in the mail too.
Nice.
Yeah, I like those little off the beaten path ones. You know what I mean? Like I can't afford to collect like Matt's Star Wars collection, so I buy this. This is just $1 throwaway book, but this is one of my favorite covers ever, right? So
Yeah.
just love it, right? Yeah. So
It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, speaking of Star Wars, we just shot, me and John Z,
I think it was Rob.
shot part 1 of the Star Wars set for Global Comic Safari. It's going to drop on Tuesday, and this might be our biggest show yet.
Look forward to
as
it.
far as importance, Star Wars is a religion, basically, and that Star Wars 1 set is massive. It's insane, and so that's coming on Tuesday, guys. So get ready. Really proud of that show.
That's amazing.
But to go back to what Eric said, a lot of those under keys, I like to call it, a lot of those I kind of fell into. Like I found I'm collecting that Batgirl torn stocking run, and the only thing I'm missing is like the bane of my existence is the Mexican Navarro, and it's like I have 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on.
Sometimes it's weird. Some Navarros just don't pop up.
Yeah,
they just don't pop up with any kind of frequency, and it's just you just gotta wait, and you're gonna find one. It's gonna pop up when you least expect it, Robert. And you're just gonna have to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it's gonna pop up when you don't have money. That's what
Exactly.
Exactly.
That is a problem.
That's when it does it.
Yeah, Joey, I don't know about that book. If you have one, let me know. I would love to find that one.
Yeah, like I follow the Action Comics 521, the first Vixen. I collected that one because it came out on my birthday. It came out the week of. So that's the first Vixen. I've got all of those except for the Mexican Navarro. There it is again.
What's up, Rob?
And
Yeah, that Alphafly book was a Spanish one, right? Spain.
Yeah, Comics
Eric.
Forum.
Oh, Comics Forum, yeah.
Forum,
Spain.
yeah. Yeah.
España.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about commissions and everything. I can show you something here real quick. It's not a foreign book, but it is. I did have the pencil and ink work done on it by Mike Perkins, who I'm sure Ken will know very well. Mike is a very good friend of mine. He's a really cool guy. He did all the ink work and pencil work, the art itself on this. I told him I wanted Doctor Strange kind of sorcerously sparring with magic, Ilyana, and he came through and did all that for me. And then
the big tree.
I took it to, and then I took it to. There you go. Now it was all black and white because it was just Mike Perkins' art.
Oh wow!
I then took it to Justin Ponzer, who unfortunately, for all those of you who may know, Justin passed away.
Yes.
A couple of years or so ago. He was a colorist for Marvel. and he went through some major health problems. He wound up passing away. In fact, this right here, I'm showing it for the first time on video here. I've had this for a while, but this, according from what I know, this was the last commission work that Justin Ponzer did.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Is it front and back?
Yeah, because and he almost didn't get to it because he had so many other things. He had deadlines and stuff he was supposed to meet on, so he almost didn't even get around to it. But he finally did finish it, and I met up with him in a parking lot in Tampa to get it from him and got it all done and everything. So the artwork was done by Mike Perkins, and the color work, which really stands out, really nice.
Yeah, it does.
Was done by Justin Ponzer. They're both on the bottoms here on the corners for the signatures.
Is it front and back?
Awesome.
But like none of the spell work that you see Dr. Strange doing here, none of that was in the original work that Mike did. That was all Justin. He went in and did all the coloring. He did all that spell work looking stuff and everything, and it just came out looking really great. So
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Is it a front and back, Steven? I don't know if you heard me or not.
The back is actually, it's just the back, the plane, but I do have Tim Townsend signed on the back cover, who did ink work for the actual book itself on the interiors. So I didn't want to mess with, a lot of times what I'll do when I get these blanks like this, if I do commission work, what I'll do is I'll have someone do the commission work on the front, and then I'll get the people who worked on the book to sign on the back. That way they're not interfering with the artwork and stuff that's on the front, but I can still get, if I can do that, that's what I like to try to do.
That's cool.
So Steve, whenever what line is available on your will? What line am I on?
That's cool. Brett is asking about Alpha Flight #1s. Like I've seen
there's a Greek one.
There's a Strange, the French one, right? There's a
Greek one.
Yeah, there is a Greek one. I've seen that.
There's Grupa Alpha. There's a couple like it's Morton will maybe jump in. There's Norwegian and Danish. There's a couple from. I always confuse them. I think
that actually is a decent sized little set.
Yeah, I have 5 or 6. And then you have. Do you get the Marvel Age? Do you get the Marvel Saga? Right? I think you have to on that set, right?
Probably.
Just because of the cover. But I got a question for everybody in the group. When it comes to some of those other first appearances, like we're all drawn to the original cover art of a first appearance. Is there cover sets that deal with like a cameo, and besides, like you think of Hulk 181, like the 180 is used in certain countries and some of them don't. Is there any other ones that have like they use one cover and not the other? Is there sets like that where they have like you see the first appearance of Gambit, you see the 266, but then one of them might have the annual 14 that everybody kind of gripes about, like he's in that one. What about that cover?
Yeah, there's the Canadian ones would have 2 books, right? So think of like the first Rocket is in the cover with Sasquatch, Wendigo, and Hulk, right? So it's the second book in that. So it's the first Rocket, but he's not on the cover, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there's examples of it. I think. I'm drawing a blank on what specific books right now. I'm still hungover, guys. You gotta cut me some slack.
You made it this far.
I know. I need to take a nap. It's what I need to do. Like a little baby.
You mean go to sleep? You want to sleep for 3 hours and be like, "What time is it?" Like, wait, it's dark. What's going on?
Yeah, I've done that before, but no, I on weekends I like to take my hour naps. My wife makes fun of me. I'm like, she's like, "Are you a baby?" And I'm like, "I like to take my naps, man. Come on."
Sleep is vital.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Right?
I think it's healthy.
Power
Keeps
naps
you
are
healthy.
good. Yeah.
Keeps you healthy. Oh, there it is. There's Morton talking. Danish Alpha Flight #1 was the Marvel Age 2, right? So that's that other Byrne illustration.
Yeah.
So I would include that.
What's up, Morton?
Hey, Morton. We should have him on one of these as well.
Oh, you know what? I got. Rob was making a comment. I got some cool shit from Rob. I can show. Hold on.
See, that's what I'm talking about. What he got right there, like the Gigant ones. I see a lot of those where they use a total different cover. Like Wonder Woman 204. her story is in a Batman book in what is it? Because it has Man Bat and Batman fighting on the cover, but her story, the 204, is inside of that book. I'm still looking for that one. I think it's finished. I think it is because it's like a digest sized book. But I'm noticing a lot of times they have the story and like tucked in another book.
Yeah.
Like the first Zatanna is in an Australian Wonder Woman book. Just like midway through, and I opened the book. I was like, "Wait, this is the Flash picture versus Zatanna, the Hawkman 4." So I'm like, "All right." So how many other places is it inside of another story?
A lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, you see that kind of stuff all the time. I have this one here, which is a Netherlands Williams Lecture Batman book, which I've shown before here, I believe. But I picked this up at C2E2 years ago at a dealer at C2E2. He had this, and I just saw the Batman cover, which I thought was cool because it has him punching out a clown.
That's cool.
You know, in the back is a wraparound with the parade behind him. And I just picked it up because I thought it was neat. It's obviously not an American cover. It doesn't exist here in America. So I just thought it was cool. So I picked it up. Well, when I went to go get signatures on it, and I got Michael Golden because he did one of the stories in it. I found out that inside of this book is the first Silver Age Two-Face. The first Silver Age Two-Face story is the secondary story in this book. So, and it's all marked and notated on the label and everything stuff. But that's why I also got Denny O'Neil to sign it.
Oh, nice.
That's a cool one.
Yeah.
So, and that's an example of a book where I just picked up a book because I thought it was neat. You know, it's a foreign book, obviously, and it's a cover. Obviously not an American cover, so I thought it was just cool. And it turns out it's got a key thing going on inside of it that the cover doesn't give any indication of.
That's awesome. What is C2E2, please? What is C2E2 when you say
Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago show.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I forget what it stands for, but it's CCEE, and it stands for some Chicago Comics and Entertainment, something or that. I forget what the exact is, but they call it C2E2. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
Chicago Comics Expo, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Entertainment Expo or something like that.
Expo,
Then you get those weird like partial covers, like this one right here, right? Like I don't collect Conan, right?
Yeah.
But you know, you got to get it because it's got that on it, right? I think that.
Yeah.
I think that counts. Don't you think that?
Yeah, it does count. It all counts.
Right. That's what I say.
Hey,
And the UK ones, like those UK weeklies, like the first Luke Cage is on the bottom of a UK weekly, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about those. Like when I did the She-Hulk set, and he was like, my collector style is a little different. I kind of went for the full cover versus just that little. So it was like, it's like I said, it's all about personal preference. There's no wrong way of collecting.
Yeah.
It's just like you collect what you want. But I was like, I'm looking. I have it in my watch list. It's not like I'm negating it, but I'm literally like, it's just a small little snippet. I want the full.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that. I mean, there's stuff where you want all the different foreign appearances. You know, the first appearance of this character, but not all of those will necessarily have that cover. So, are you either after the cover, or are you after the story, or both? You know, and like you said, there's no wrong way to do it. That Batman one that Matt did with the Global Comic Safari. You know, there's I can't remember the number now. You know it, Matt, with the Ghostly and the castle and the
227.
Yeah. You know, and there's a copy of that one that doesn't even have the. I think isn't there one that doesn't even have the
it's
cover?
it's the Abril one. We were talking about Abril not giving a shit, but like Paolo said, that's not true. They gave a shit. They just didn't. They didn't. They
gave a shit in a different
they did
way.
what they gave a shit in a different way. But yeah, the Abril 227 doesn't have the 227 story in it at all. It doesn't have the Maiden or the Wolves and the Demon of Gotham's Mansion on it. They put Robin on there and have him like drop kicking some dude. But you know, if you need it for your set, you need it for your set. You know.
Yeah, it goes both ways. Sometimes you'll have the cover, but the story's not in there, and then sometimes you'll have the story in there, but it's not the cover.
Yeah,
you know,
and the Greek Cabanas Hellas are perfect examples of that, where they have the Spider-Man 129 and it's not in there. But yeah, there's no right or wrong way to do any of this shit, man.
Well, what do we got here? That's an Australian.
Looks like an Australian Wonder Woman.
That is neat.
Looks like he's frozen, maybe.
He's a little
Having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
You can see it though. That's cool. Indonesian
Indonesian.
227 inside 205 cover.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Well,
We talked about that book.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on an hour and a half. I always go with
yeah.
the we want them wanting, we want to keep them wanting more, right? I could talk to you guys all day, but we want.
But hey, Eric, let me show this real quick though before we go.
Please.
Rob sent me an awesome mail call, so I wanted to share this. They're not foreign related, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
This is Rob Moy is the guy who sent me this. He's an awesome dude. This has the AF-15 in it. Who would have thunk, right? A source book magazine for seniors in 1979.
Nice.
Let's see here. He sent me a whole bunch of these Star Wars. There's just like Star Wars
question, dude.
Oh, wow.
Cool things.
There's a Wonder Woman 131 Planet Comics, and
That's awesome.
I think we're losing Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely getting some glitchiness going on here at the end.
So those
That's
are
a
super
shame.
cool.
Oh,
We
he
lost
dropped
Rob.
out. Maybe he'll jump.
This is a Venom folder of some sort. Is it
Oh,
upside
wow.
down?
That's it.
There you go.
Cool. Is this all
just-
shop promo stuff, Matt?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, cool.
Promo stuff. Yeah. Just really cool. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. I'm going to actually get the classic McFarlane framed. This one right here. I'm going to get that framed.
Yeah.
Super cool little piece of comic history. But, shit, that sucks. We lost Rob.
Yeah. Hopefully,
But,
hopefully he's just disconnecting, and maybe he'll jump back on.
But
So when you collect something like that, there's the other choice you have to make. Do you include swipes, right? Like that.
Yeah.
That Spider-Man, right?
if you include swipes on top of the foreigns already,
Right.
you are going into madman territory.
Yeah, for some particular covers, it just gets ridiculous, especially that
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
There are guys
1
that
or
do it.
Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 300. There's just
swipes.
boatloads of swipes.
Yeah. New Mutants 87.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
I wonder if there's is there like a Swipes comic calling podcast somewhere that parallel universe
No.
where they're
There was,
people-
but they swiped it.
That was good.
Cool.
Excellent.
Cool. Well, let's give another minute to see if there he is. Oh, let's see if he's
yeah.
back. He's back sans camera. Well, let's let's kind of start wrap up a little bit. So what what are you collecting? What's on your wish list? What are you hunting for? Let's just kind of go around. Ken, what do you welcome back, Robert? There you are.
Hey, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
So
I'm
Ken,
just
what are you
finishing
hunting
up.
for?
I'm kind of not hunting for anything at the moment. I'm finishing up the deals I've already started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hear that, Rob? Do you
Like
hear
the one
that?
with Rob. Like the one with Rob.
Right.
Yeah, I got a couple of 3 things.
That wasn't very subtle, Ken.
Hey.
And people can find you at kenworthing.com. You have a
They can
YouTube
do.
channel.
I have.
You have a
Yep.
record review show now as well.
And I do, yeah. But more likely to hit me up on the YouTube channel, to be honest, Eric.
Right
just-
on. Yeah.
Ken's comic book channel. Simple as
Yeah.
that.
Awesome
So
show.
if you want to,
Thank you,
if you want to,
Matt.
yeah, you do great work. You're the guy that pulled me into this whole underworld. So thank you for that.
Ooh,
No problem.
he's the Typhoid Mary. He's Eric's Typhoid Mary.
Patient 0.
Right?
Yeah.
And please, your grading. Where can people find you? What are you up to?
I'm on Instagram at Bag of Fleas. Or you can find me at TGR Comics, either on Facebook or Instagram. TGR Comics, which stands for The Grading Room, which you can also look on podcasts and some other things and look up The Grading Room. A buddy of mine and I are starting up some podcast talking about Marvel cards and comics and some things in general. So that kind of stuff. So yeah, and if you got anything you want to get signed or submitted with CBCS, once shows get back up and running, I'm your guy. I can help you out.
He's the guy, yeah. So the grading room.
Man.
Are you still? How are you making out with your Marvel 25th borders? Are you still collecting those? Any
Collecting those. I'm always on the lookout for those. I'm always trying to find some here and there and everything and stuff. I just haven't been like in high pursuit of things right now. I've just been lots of other stuff going on, and of course with shows and everything not happening, it's just everything's kind of on hold a little bit for me right now.
Right on. Yeah,
I can see that.
How about you, Matt?
Oh,
Define 999.
Define 999, baby. I'm always looking for shit. But the thing that I'm really looking for, laser focused. I need the green bannered Star Wars Filipino one. We just found out, with relatively recent breaking news, there's 2 damn Filipino Star Wars ones. There's one with a green banner and there's one with a yellow banner. As if those stupid books weren't hard enough to find already.
Yeah.
That green bannered one, I think we've only seen 3. Wow. So I'm always looking for stuff, but if you know of a green bannered Filipino Star Wars one, please contact me and we will talk about finding you the money for it.
We'll discuss which body part I have to give up. Yeah,
I might have. I might have to give something up. I might give my left nut for that.
I think Rob's got one, but it's mine. We've traded and done a deal. And,
No. I'll fly to the UK and take it from you, my friend. Oh shit! Yeah, I know. I don't want to mess with Ken's an old school punk from the UK, man. I ain't gonna mess with him.
No worries.
Yeah. Actually, let me put that out to anyone in the chat. Like, what are you looking for? Filipino Howard the Ducks for James. And certainly last but not least, our guest, Robert, thank you for joining us. Thanks for hanging out.
Great having you, Rob.
Awesome. What are you on the hunt for? What's your current focus? Other than exploiting Ken's addiction, what's your focus?
Well, I am in I am finishing up transactions. Actually, I'm in the same boat as Ken. So we I think I have a deal with you, Eric. I'm trying to close on too. So I mean, it's no race. I can stress that to anybody in this community. It's not a race. Of course, everybody wants that bragging right to say, like, I completed the set, which we all learn that a new one pops up every day. Scott McManus, you can thank him for match the stress.
I am
to see his face just drop like.
That's the bad thing about
I suggest everybody go watch that. Everybody go watch that.
I don't remember,
man. Just when you think
you
completed
see Scott
hold it,
one turns up.
See Scott hold it up. I guarantee you. Don't look at Scott. Look at Matt down the corner.
Face?
You just see him like, yeah. He was like.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I thought this whole time I thought I had a complete Star Wars one set, and I don't. It's a bummer, man.
Yeah.
It we just saw that. I just thought I had the complete Black Goliath #1, and then somebody's like, "Oh, there's a Mac version." I'm like, "God."
Yeah.
Jeez.
That happens a lot in here.
That's funny.
That is true, Rob. That is true.
Yeah,
that is so true.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it, right?
There's always talking about this.
Here. Yeah. Well, awesome. Thanks for joining us, Robert, and thanks for being an awesome member of the community. And gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to chat with everyone here and everyone that tuned in and your comments. We appreciate you all. One of the great things about this community, especially during like quarantine times, and we kind of we're isolated, we're social distancing, right? It's even better to have a community like this, just to connect and share some laughs and all that stuff. So much love to everyone in this community.
There's none better.
Keep it thriving. All are welcome. Spread the word. Awesome stuff. Cool. Any other closing thoughts from my friends here?
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of foreign collectors out there. They just don't know it yet.
They don't know it yet.
My favorite tagline, Matt.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Wear a mask. Stay safe. Talk to you all again soon.
Stay safe. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.